सिद्धिविनायक नमो नमः, अष्टविनायक नमो नमः, गणपति बाप्पा मोरया।
गणपति नमो नमः, सिद्धिविनायक नमो नमः, अष्टविनायक नमो नमः, गणपति बाप्पा मोरया।
गम गणपतये नमो नमः, श्री सिद्धिविनायक नमो नमः, अष्टविनायक नमो नमः, गणपति बाप्पा मोरया।
गम गणपति नमो नमः, सिद्धिविनायक नमो नमः, अष्टविनायक नमो नमः, गणपति बाप्पा मोरया।
ओम गम गणपतये नमो नमः, श्री सिद्धिविनायक नमो नमः, अष्टविनायक नमो नमः, गणपति बाप्पा मोरया।
गम गणपति नमो नमः, सिद्धिविनायक नमो नमः, अष्टविनायक नमो नमः, गणपति बाप्पा मोरया।
ओम गम गणपतये नमो नमः, श्री सिद्धिविनायक नमो नमः, अष्टविनायक नमो नमः, गणपति बाप्पा मोरया।
ओम गम गणपति नमो नमः, सिद्धिविनायक नमो नमः, अष्टविनायक नमो नमः, गणपति बाप्पा मोरया।
गणेश भगवान की जय। Taking flowers in hands, we praise the Lord Ganesh, the remover of all obstacles, novel present or past or future. Om Viganeshwaraya Varadaya Surapralambhodharaya Sakalaya Jagadhidaya Nagasrutegya Vibhushita Gauri Sudaya Gananath Namo Namaste. Om Gam Ganapataye Namah, Om Gam Ganapataye Namah, Om Gam Ganapataye Namah. Ganesh Bhagavan ki jai. We sprinkle water on all the ingredients, the oblations. Om Pavitra Pavitrava Sarvavastam Gatopyaya Smarit Pundarikaksha Sabahim Tara Suje. Om Gam Ganapataye Namah, Om Gam Ganapataye Namah, Om Gam Ganapataye Namah. We ignite the flame in our dear Mahalakshmi with his Sakshi, the witness to our worship. Om Deepa Jyotir Para Brahma Deepa Jyotir Janadhara Deepo Haratami Papam Deepo Yamrati Greitam Shubham Karotu Kalyanam Arogyam Sukhasamparam Mama Shatru Vinasha Deepa Jyotir Namostute Siddhi Buddhi Prade Devi Mukti Mukti Pradayani Mantra Murti Sada Devi Mahalakshmi Namostute. We offer drops of water at the feet of Lord Ganesh. May you wash away our sins, may you wash away our sickness or distresses, we beg of you. Om Papoham Papakarmam Papatmam Pundarikaksha Trahimam Pundarikaksha Sarva Papa Haro Hari. Om Gam Ganapataye Namah, Om Gam Ganapataye Namah, Om Gam Ganapataye Namah. Padhyam Padhyam Margyam Samarpayami. Om Gam Ganapataye Namah. Ganesh Bhagavan ki jai. We offer cotton wool, symbolic of clothing. Om Ved Suktam Samayuktam Yajna Shama Samanvide Sarve Prade Deva Vasase Prati Gretam Sarva Bhushatike Lomya Lajja Nivaranam Mayupakar Vasram Upavasram Prati Gretam Upavasram Samarpayami. We adorn our murti with chandan and perfume. May you illuminate the pathway of our lives. May you rid us of lust and anger and hatred and jealousy and ego and pride. May you guide us onto the pathway of mukti, salvation, we beg of you. Listen to our prayer, O Lord Ganesh. Chandanam Sudanitam Deva Kante Cha Muktavali Gopa Shri Paridevi Jayate Gopala Churamani. Om Khanda Swamindra Swam Rihaspati Vanaspatara Suravuto Kandaryo Ganaruttamagre Sarvarevanam Dhupoyam Prati Gretam. Om Dhupoyam Samarpayami. Gam Ganapataye Namah, Gam Ganapataye Namah, Gam Ganapataye Namah. We offer Hardi as an act of purification. Om Haridraya Sarvasubhagirani Sarvalankar Muktami Devi Tvam Brati Gretam Devi Tvam Brati Gretam. We offer Saint Lord, praying for Mukti, salvation, at a time when that may come. Om Sindhuram Shobhanam Rakta Sobhagi Sukhavardhanam Sukrang Kamram Muksharam Cheva Sindhuram Brati Gretam. Om Sindhuram Samarpyami Gam Ganapataye Namaha. We offer Dukras. May you root away all our troubles, all our problems, all distresses, we beg of you. Listen to our prayer. Salutations unto thee again and again. Om Kandar Kandar Puro Hante Purka Purushaspare Evanu Durve Pratanu Nashate Na Chahate Komaladanam Komaladanam Samarpyami. We offer bail leaves. Through the medium of these leaves, we offer our lives at your feet for your children. Om Kasi Vasi Sivasinim Kalabhairo Pujatam Koti Kanya Mahadanam Belapatra Shivarpanam. Om Gam Ganapataye Namah. We offer name leaves. Through these leaves, we offer our sickness, all distresses. May you be pleased with us. Om Jayanti Kali Mangala Kali Bhadra Kali Kapalini Durga Kshama Shiva Datri Swaha Swadha Namo Sute Gam Ganapataye Namah. We offer flowers. Mallityarini Sugandhini Mallityarini Vai Prabhu Maya Tani Puja Tam Pushpani Pratigretam. Om Gam Ganapataye Namah. Om Gam Ganapataye Namah. Om Gam Ganapataye Namah. Jai Ganesh Jai Ganesh Jai Ganesh Deva Mata Jaki Parvati Pita Mahadeva. Jai Ganesh Jai Ganesh Jai Ganesh Deva Mata Jati Parvati Pita Mahadeva.
Jai Ganesh Jai Ganesh Jai Ganesh Deva Mata Jati Parvati Pita Mahadeva.
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 Ganesh Bhagwan ki Jai. We offer Naivedam, food. And so to you who have blessed us with many things we can eat and nourish our bodies. We offer sweet food in our worship. Be pleased with us. Om Sharkara Karkadani Dadi Chidam Vridanishta Aharam Bhaksha Bhojashta Naivedam Vrati Gretam. Om Brahmarparam Brahma Ved Brahmagano Brahmanahutam Brahmagatena Gantavyam Brahmakarma Samarinam Naivedam Samarpayami. Om Gam Ganapataye Namah. Om Gam Ganapataye Namah. Om Gam Ganapataye Namah. We offer supari, we offer cloth. Our scriptures teaches us it is indigestion. May you bless us with good health and longevity, we beg of you. Listen to our prayer. Pungi Palamyadi Vanagabali Dala Yukta Elal Churnatam Tambulam Briti Gretam Tambulam Samarpayami. We offer drops of water. Papuham Papkarmam Papatmam Pundari Kaksha Trahimam Pundari Kaksha Sarva Papa Haro Hari. We offer Dakshina. Idanya Gharva Samavartatagre Bhutasya Jata Pratipikayasi Saradharam Pridhivimna Dakshina Danam Maham Karkshe Dakshina Danam Samarpayami. We offer Mala, we offer flowers. Om Karadavindena Paradavindam Mukaravinde Vinavishyantam Patrasya Patrasya Puteshyanam Balam Kundam Anatasmarami. Om Sri Pushpadanam Samarpyami Pushpadanam Prati Gretam. Om Gam Ganapataye Namah. Om Gam Ganapataye Namah. Om Gam Ganapataye Namah. Om Gam Ganapataye Namah. Ganesh Bhagwan ki Jai. Pahi pahi o pahi pahi Gajanina Parvati Nanda Gajanina.
Pahi pahi पार्वती नंदा गजानना
पाहि पाहि ओ पाहि पाहि गजानना पार्वती नंदा गजानना
पाहि 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 गजानना पार्वती नंदा गजानना
गजानना हि गजानना
गजानना हे गजानना
गजानना हि गजानना
गजानना हे गजानना
पार्वती पुत्र गजानना ओ पार्वती नंद विनायका पाहि पाहि ओ पाहि पाहि गजानना पार्वती नंदा गजानना
पाहि 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 गजानना पार्वती नंदा गजानना
ओ पार्वती पुत्र विनायका
पार्वती पुत्र विनायका
ओ पार्वती नंद विनायका
पार्वती नंदा विनायका
पाहि पाहि ओ पाहि पाहि गजानना पार्वती नंदा गजानना
पाहि 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 गजानना पार्वती नंदा गजानना
ओ पार्वती पुत्र गजानना
ओ पार्वती पुत्र गजानना
Seetahal, on behalf of the Ganesh UTSAV Foundation and our beloved spiritual leader Pandit Sunil Seetahal Maharaj, I would like to specially welcome everyone here tonight and to our viewing and listening audience via our various media houses. Let us sit back and enjoy Panditji discourse and teachings, which are very important lessons for us all to apply in our everyday lives, for us all to become better human beings, as Panditji said. Let us take this opportunity given to us to perform worship, chant and glorify Bhagwan name. So now I hand you over to Panditji. Seetahal.
पाहि पाहि ओ पाहि पाहि गजानना पार्वती नंदा गजानना
पाहि 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 गजानना पार्वती नंदा गजानना
ओ पार्वती नंदा गजानना
पार्वती नंदा गजानना
ओ पार्वती नंदा गजानना करा हो जाए आरती लीजिए let us all please stand as we join in the opening आरती सुख करता दुख हरता वाता विघ्नाचे दूर्वे पूर्वे प्रेमन कामन कुटे जय देव जय देव
जय देव जय देव
जय देव जय देव जय मंगल मूर्ते
श्री मंगलमूर्ति
दर्शन माते मन कामन पूते जय देव जय देव
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 विघ्नेश्वर जय जय, जय लंबोदर जय जय, जय गणनायक जय सुखदायक, जय जय गणेश जय जय।
विघ्नेश्वर जय जय, जय लंबोदर जय जय, जय गणनायक जय सुखदायक, जय जय गणेश जय जय।
वक्रतुण्ड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभा, निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देवा, सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा।
जय गणेश 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 जय गणेश।
एकादन्ताय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि, तन्नो दन्ती प्रचोदयात्, तन्नो देवा प्रचोदयात्।
विघ्नेश्वर जय जय, जय लंबोदर जय जय, जय गणनायक जय सुखदायक, जय जय गणेश जय जय।
गजाननं भूतनादिसेवितं, कपिस्तजम्बूफलसारभक्षितम्, उमासुतं शोकविनाशकारकं, नमामि विघ्नेश्वरपङ्कजम्।
जय गणेश 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 जय गणेश।
एकादन्ताय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि, तन्नो रुद्र प्रचोदयात्, तन्नो देवा प्रचोदयात्।
विघ्नेश्वर जय जय, जय लंबोदर जय जय, जय गणनायक जय सुखदायक, जय जय गणेश जय जय।
श्रद्धा से करते नमन गौरी पुत्र गणेश, भक्ति और कीर्तन करे लीजिए प्रभु आने।
जय गणेश 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 जय गणेश।
तत्कर्ताय विद्महे हस्तमुखाय धीमहि, तन्नो दन्ती प्रचोदयात्, तन्नो देवा प्रचोदयात्।
विघ्नेश्वर जय जय, जय लंबोदर जय जय, जय गणनायक जय सुखदायक, जय जय गणेश जय जय।
मोरिया रे बापा मोरिया रे,
मोरिया रे पापा मोरिया रे,
मोरिया रे बापा मोरिया रे,
मोरिया रे पापा मोरिया रे,
मोरिया रे बापा मोरिया रे,
मोरिया रे पापा मोरिया रे,
मोरिया रे बापा मोरिया रे,
मोरिया रे पापा मोरिया रे,
मोरिया रे बापा मोरिया रे,
मोरिया रे पापा
बापा मोरया रे,
मोरया रे बापा मोरया रे,
मोरया रे बापा मोरया रे,
मोरया रे बापा मोरया रे,
ओ मोरया रे बापा मोरया रे,
मोरया रे बापा मोरया रे,
ओ मोरया रे बापा मोरया रे,
मोरया रे बापा मोरया रे,
ओ मोरया रे बापा मोरया रे,
मोरया रे बापा मोरया रे,
ओ मोरया रे बापा मोरया रे,
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 ओ मोरया रे बापा मोरया रे,
मोरया रे बापा मोरया रे,
ओ मोरया रे बापा मोरया रे,
मोरया रे बापा मोरया रे,
ओ मोरया रे बापा मोरया रे, गणपति बाप्पा, गणपति बाप्पा, गणपति बाप्पा, मंगल मूर्ति,
मोरया रे बापा मोरया रे,
ओ मोरया रे बापा मोरया रे,
मोरया रे बापा मोरया रे,
मोरया रे बापा मोरया रे, मोरया रे बापा मोरया रे। जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा, माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा,
जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा, माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा,
एक दंत दयावंत चारु भुजाधारी,
एक दंत दयावंत चार भुजधारी,
मापे सिंदूर सोही मूस की सवारी,
माथे सिंदूर सोहे मूस की सवारी,
दुखियों के दुख हन, दुखियों के दुख हन, परमानंद देवा, माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा,
जय गणेश देवा, माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा,
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 माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा।
गणेश भगवान की जय। आसन पर बैठे, let us all please be seated. This evening, once more, on behalf of the President and the Executive and the members of the Ganesh UTSAV Foundation, I take this opportunity to welcome one and all who have come to join with us in our devotions. This evening, we pay obeisance to the lotus-like feet of all our Brahman Devatas, to all of those who are listening to us and to all of those who are viewing us by our various frequencies. We say welcome. To our kind and our corporate sponsors, we express sentiments of gratitude and expressions of thanks. And so this evening, as we prepare our minds and our souls to listen to the beautiful Katha, Heart Jod Binti Karo, let us bow our heads in prayer as we pray. Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirviganam Kuru Me Deva Sarvakareshu Sarvara.
वक्रतुण्डा महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा
शुक्लांबरधरं देवा शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजा प्रसन्नवदनं ध्याये सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये.
वक्रतुण्डा महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा
सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थिसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते.
वक्रतुण्डा महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा
सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा.
वक्रतुण्डा महाकाय
करुणावतारं संसारसारं भुजगेन्द्रहारं सदा वसन्तं हृदयारविन्दे पवं भवानी सहितं नमामि।
वक्रतुण्डा महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा।
गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरा गुरुर्साक्षात् परब्रह्मा तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः।
वक्रतुण्डा महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा।
गं 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 गणपते
गं 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 गणपति
गं 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 गणपते
गं 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 गणपति
दुं 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 दुर्गा
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 लं 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 ललिता
लं 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 ललिता
बम 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 भोला
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 त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव वन्दनात् मृत्युर्मुक्ष्यमामृतात्।
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 त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव वन्दनात् मृत्युर्मुक्ष्यमामृतात्। त्र्यम्बकं
नासे
यजामहे
रोगहरे सपदीरा जपतिरन्तरहनुमतवीरा संकटसे हनुमान चुरावे मन कर्म वचन ध्यान डोलावे। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई। दोष द्वार पात कर होय दूत यमन महासुत होय। निश्चय प्रेम प्रतीति ते इन्हें करे सनमान। कारज सकल शुभा सिद्धि करे हनुमान। लाल देह लालीन से हरु हरि लाल नमो वज्र देह दानव दलं। जय 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 कपिसो त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव वन्दनात् मृत्युर्मुक्ष्यमामृतात्। 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 त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनात् मृत्युर्मुक्ष्यमामृतात् त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनात् मृत्युर्मुक्ष्यमामृतात्। गणेश भगवान की जय। जननी मां जय जग जननी मां
जय जग जननी मां
जननी मां जय जग जननी मां
जय जग जननी
प्रेम वाहिनी मां
प्रेम वाहिनी मां
प्रेम वाहिनी मां
प्रेम वाहिनी मां
ज्ञान वाहिनी मां
ज्ञान वाहिनी
जननी मां जय जग जननी मां
जननी मां जय जग जननी
जगदोदारिणी मां
जगदोधारिणी मां
जगदोदारिणी मां
जगदोधारिणी मां
काली कपालिनी मां
काली कपालिनी मां
जननी मां जय जग जननी मां
जननी मां जय जग जननी मां
देवी भवानी मां
देवी भवानी मां
देवी भवानी मां
देवी भवानी मां
काली कपालिनी मां
काली कपालिनी मां
जननी मां जय जग जननी 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 मां
जगदोदारिणी मां
जगदोधारिणी मां
जगदोदारिणी मां
जगदोधारिणी मां
काली कपालिनी मां जगजननी माँ
जननी माँ जय जग जननी माँ
मोरिया रे बापा मोरिया रे
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 ओ मोरिया रे बापा मोरिया रे
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 ओ मोरिया रे बापा मोरिया रे
मोरिया रे बापा मोरिया रे
ओ मोरिया रे बापा मोरिया रे
मोरिया रे बापा मोरिया रे
ओ मोरिया रे बापा मोरिया रे
मोरिया रे बापा मोरिया रे
ओ मोरिया रे बापा मोरिया रे
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 मोरिया रे बापा मोरिया रे गणेश शरणं शरणं गणेशा
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 गणेश शरणं शरणं गणेशा.
In the Ganesh branch, there are many beautiful epics that talks about Lord Ganesh. But in one epic, it talks about this being whose name was Kubera. Kubera is the god of wealth. Mother Lakshmi is the goddess of wealth, and Kubera is the god of wealth. And so Kubera, the god of wealth, one day he decided to visit Mount Kailash, the abode of Lord Shiva. But visiting there, Kubera, who considered himself to be wealthy, he looked around and seeing Lord Shiva living on this mountain top, Kubera started to laugh. You consider yourself to be the part of the entire creation, but yet you are living as though you have nothing. Yet you are enjoying nothing. And so Kubera, he decided to show off. Have you ever heard that word before, show off? He decided to show off. He wanted to show off what he had. In 2022, you have to be very careful how you're showing off what you have. It might land you into plenty trouble, isn't it? Kubera, the god of wealth, looked at Lord Shiva and he says, "Oh Lord Shiva, I want to invite you and Mother Parvati to come to my home, come to my kingdom, come to my palace." But he was only inviting them because he wanted to show off what he had. Lord Shiva immediately declined and said, "I am unable to come. But not able to come, I will send a representative." Long ago, when you got an invitation, it was understood that the invitation was to everybody who lived in the home, isn't it? Now, when you get an invitation, you have to say, "So the children could come." This is just a me. My husband could come. You have to ask. Kubera, hearing that Lord Ganesh will accompany, Kubera got excited. Everything the little child sees, the little child talk about. True or not? You don't want people to know your business, then you can't talk it in front of thee. But now, the children more in your business than you. As children, when we were growing up, you couldn't be anywhere where the adults were having conversations. You had to move away. Out of respect, you had to move away. Now, the adults don't get a chance to talk. The children do all the talking and the adults have to listen. And so Kubera held the hand of Lord Ganesh, and Kubera started to penetrate the mind of Lord Ganesh. He's saying, when you go, you will observe everything we have. And you observe real good. And when you come back, You'll tell your mother and your father about all the nice things that you saw. Look good, huh? Observe well. And as Lord Ganesh was making his way with Kuber, Lord Ganesh says, in your kingdom, it have food? Because I'm hungry. And Kuber says, yes, lots of food. And Lord Ganesh says, well, okay, I will enjoy your kingdom. There are some people, they eat to live, and there are some people, they live to eat. You know anybody like that? Why you are looking at me? Kuber, holding the hand of Lord Ganesh, taking him to his abode. Kuber pleased Lord Ganesh to sit on one end of the table. And so Kuber sat on the other end. And such was the length of the table that Kuber was looking at like an ant on the other end. And so Lord Ganesh sitting on one end and Kuber sitting on the other end. They were bringing the food. And Kuber says, well, feed the guests first. Let the guests eat first. And then I will eat after, whatever remains. But they encountered a problem. Lord Ganesh was eating all the food. Everything he was eating. And Kuber thought that something was wrong. He was not getting any food. Kuber started to quarrel and he started to argue and he was wondering what was happening. And when they said that the child was eating all the food, Kuber could not believe that. Sometimes when the children pass by the pot and they eat out all the food, you say, I can't believe you eat all that food. I can't. You have the cake on the counter, and every time the child passes, the child will take a slice. Not a slice, a chunk. Huh? And then eventually the cake is done and you say, I can't believe the whole cake done in half an hour. You eat out the whole cake. And so Kuber, the god of wealth, Lord Ganesh says, I want more food. And the cooks who were preparing the food, they could no longer cook. They were tired, they were exhausted, they were exerted. And they said, oh Kuber, we have nothing else that we could feed this Ganesha. Kuber went and he looked at Lord Ganesh and he says, Ganesh, I have an idea. Time for you to go back home. Time for you to go back home. Ever got excited when a guest comes to your home? Ever had a guest who came to your home and forget that they have to go back home? You have to remind them. Kuber, he looked at Lord Ganesh and he says, time to go back. And Lord Ganesh now, he's having a conversation on the way back with Kuber. He says, I can't wait to reach back home. I am hungry. I need something to eat. Kuber bends his head in shame and he says, please, I am begging you, when you go back, don't ask for food. And don't tell your mother and your father about anything that you saw. Our ego makes us think that we're the house. Our ego makes us think that we're the money. Our ego makes us think that we're the car that we drive. Our ego permits us to think that we're the company that we keep. Our ego permits us to think that we are all the things but human. Our ego prevents us from recognizing that though we live in the world, we should not be attached to the things and the beings of the world. For a day will come when we'll have to leave everything and go. Tonight, ego. Tonight we listen to yet another very beautiful katha emanating out of the Ganesh Puran. Papalit Setas, listen as the Ganesh Puran begins to tell us. Ganesh Sharanam Sharanam Ganesha,
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 Ganesh Sharanam Sharanam Ganesha.
Om Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Sada Rupena Samsthitan Namastasye 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 Namo Nama Ajnanam Timidandasya Jnanam Janshalagya Chakshuram Minitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namah. एक समय महन का राजा रहते थे। देखो और भगवान गणेश की भक्त महन का भक्ति करने वाले, उसने का पूजन का प्रार्थना करने वाले, सभी का नगरिकों का आशीर्वाद मिलन होते। अश्वात् का मिलन होते हैं। गणेश शरणं शरणं गणेशा,
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 गणेश शरणं शरणं गणेशा।
गणेश शरणं शरणं गणेशा।
एक समय महाराजा, Maharaja. Have you ever heard that term before? Maharaja? What does Maharaja mean? Maharaja, what does it mean? Maharani, what does it mean? But can you find a Maharaja? But can you find a Maharani? Hello? But can you find a Maharaja? Or where can you find a Maharani? London. Isn't it? That's where the queen lives and that's where the king died, huh? Isn't it? Queens and kings die? They die too? Oh. Where can you find a Maharaja? Brothers, sons, fathers, grandfathers. When you look at yourself in the mirror, you are Maharaja. You're not just a Raja, you know. You are Maharaja. You are great king. Daughters, sisters, mothers, grandmothers. When you look at yourself in the mirror, you are Maharani. You're not just a Rani, you know. You are Maharani. You are great queen. And if you can't consider yourself to be great, then nobody will consider you to be great. Do you know? Before I came, I saw the Maharani Brenda posing for a picture in her burgundy sari. Maharani, like a queen. It's a status picture up on Instagram. Huh? Pride in her way. Pride in the way that she's looking. There lived this great king, and this great king, he was a bhakta. Bhakta means a das, a servant of whom? Lord Ganesh. Would you consider yourself to be a servant of Lord Ganesh? Yeah, Baba, only for Ganesh Chaturthi. We sing his praises, and you know, after that, well, He was a bhakta of Lord Ganesh. And so he prayed to Lord Ganesh. But when he worshipped, he prayed that the entire gram, the entire place that he governed will be blessed. And all who lived in that place, they will all be fruitful. When you pray, how do you pray? Do you pray for yourself? Our idea of praying isn't really what prayers is supposed to be. Do you know? Our idea of worship isn't really what worship is. Do you know? To you. When we pray, indirectly we are trying to dictate to God what God should do on our behalf. Isn't it? Hello? Isn't it? You spend all your time dictating to God who He should bless, when He should bless them, how He should bless them, what He should bless them with. And you praying for people who never even pray for themselves. You are worshipping and asking God to bless people who have forgotten that they are a blessing. It says, he prayed that the entire gram, this entire place, this nagari that he governed, they will all receive the Ashavad, the blessings of Lord Ganesh. But after living a very lush life as the king, what will happen? Listen, it tells us. Ganenata Gajavarana Ganenata Dinabando गणनाता गजवरना गणनाता दीनबंधु
गणनाथा गजवरना गणनाथा दीनबंधु
राजा पल का पूल करने वाले, राजा का धीरज धीरज की बीमार का हो गया, जिसमें का उसके का क्रोध रोग हो गया करने वाले वासवी का प्राणी जीवन में प्राण में करता हो, जिसमें और अभी का प्रार्थना करते हैं उन्होंने का करेंगे, जिसमें का धात्री का बीमार हो जानते हैं गणनाता गजवरना गणनाता दीनबंधु
गणनाथा गजवरना गणनाथा दीनबंधु
सिद्धिदाता गजानना
सिद्धिदाता गजानना
सिद्धिदाता गजानना
सिद्धिदाता गजानना
बुद्धि प्रदायक विनायका
बुद्धि प्रदायक विनायका
ओ बुद्धि प्रदायक विनायका
बुद्धि प्रदायक विनायका
पार्वती नंदन बबले वंदन
पार्वती नंदन भव भय भंजन
पार्वती नंदन बबले वंदन
पार्वती नंदन भव भय भंजन
युग युग वंदन जय श्री गणेशा
युग युग वंदन जय श्री गणेशा
गणनाता गजवरना गणनाता दीनबंधु
गणनाथा गजवरना गणनाथा दीनबंधु
It says, the entire kingdom flourished. And the entire kingdom flourished because the king prayed on behalf of all of the beings who lived there. Imagine if as parents you pray on behalf of all of those who live in your home. What will happen? Imagine if as children you take the initiative to pray on your own. What will happen? And how life itself will transform in a positive, successful way, a way that you will never imagine that it will. It says, the entire place, the entire kingdom flourished. But then, धीरे धीरे बीमार हो गया करने देखो और कुछ का रोग हो गया है धीरे धीरे means धीरे धीरे. Have you ever heard that? धीरे धीरे means when you're young you move fast with joy. When you get old like me you have to walk धीरे धीरे. You have to walk slowly धीरे धीरे. बीमार. Have you ever heard that word before? बीमार. What does bimar mean? Never heard that word before? I have to be careful what I'm saying, because everything I say, the drumsy makes a TikTok out of it and post it up. So I have to be careful what I'm saying. Bimar. What is bimar? Bimar means धीरे धीरे means slowly. धीरे धीरे बीमार है. Slowly he became ill. He became sick. Cause of death, heart attack. But it didn't happen then, It happened by the lifestyle that you live. Slowly. Instead of just putting a little bit of butter on the bread, you say the butter had to be dripping. A thin piece of cheese you could put so that you'll get the taste. You say, nah, I want junk. Quarter sada roti will fill your stomach. But your eyes say, I want 3/4. And you eating fried okra and aloo, but your butter in the roti. you're already writing up your death certificate, you know. And you're eating it with soaked mango and chai. More oil. Huh? And then you're drinking to accompany the food, Coca-Cola. Huh? Think about that combination. If that could have blown up, it would have go boom. Think about that. And slowly, gradually, you're killing yourself by yourself, slowly. And then one day the heart say, you see me, I can't take this now. I shut it off. You fall down, boop, and everybody say, oh God, Baba. He got a heart attack just so. The man was good, you know, and he just dead. He didn't just dead. He was dying every day. Slowly but surely. If you and I don't change our habits, we don't change our behavior, I'm not saying that we can prevent that, but I'm saying that we don't have to die suddenly and painfully sometimes. We don't have to suffer before that. If we change the way that we live, if we change the lifestyle that we have embraced, based on what we eat and how we sleep and all of these things. It says slowly he became sick, and becoming very sick, he had a disease that was considered to be contagious. Would you want to sit next to a person who has a contagious disease? Shake your head like this. Would you want to sit next to a person who has a contagious disease? What if I was coughing non-stop from here? What you'll say? You say, Baba, you could have do the yagya virtually. Not from home, from Augustus long. You're behaving like you have COVID. Huh? Long time somebody sneeze and everybody in the room say, God bless you. Now they sneeze and say, what the hell happened to you? With scorn you move away. Husband run from the wife. Huh? It says, slowly he became ill. And he had this disease that was considered to be contagious. And so what will happen? वह सबसे का प्राणी जीवन में प्राण करते हैं, जिसमें का अभी का प्रार्थना करते उसके का तीरन करने, जिसमें लगे का धारण बीमार का जंगल में जंगल के रहते करने वाले। ओम गम गणपतये नमः। गणनाता गजबरना गणनाता दीनबंधो। गणनाता गजबरना गणनाता दीनबंधो। Becoming very ill, all of the people that he prayed for, all of those he governed, and even the people who lived in the palace with him, they all started to scorn him. And they started to scorn him, and they started to distance themselves away from him. Doesn't that sound like reality? When you're healthy and you collect a paycheck, you have plenty of friends, on a Friday evening, isn't it? When you have a bill to pay and you can't pay it, and you call your friend and you say, lend me. They say, lend you? He dead yesterday. Lend you dead yesterday. I can't lend you, I don't have. I don't have alive. Huh? Isn't it? Lend me dead. I don't have alive. It says, all of the people that he prayed for and all of the people that he wished well, now they started to scorn him. And they started moving away from him. And this made him feel very uncomfortable. Have you ever felt uncomfortable before? Has somebody ever made you feel uncomfortable before? In Trinidad, we get offended very easily for everything and anything. Is that true? Shake your head up and down. Is that true? Somebody just watched in your direction. They didn't watch you, They say, you see how she watched me? I started to tremble. I could have fainted away. And the poor lady didn't even watch you, She just watched in your direction. You see, when she was passing, she hunched me. And you know, she hunched me, I should have hunched back. Trinidadians, that's how we behave, you know. And the poor lady holding something and walking with it, and holding the thing, you go on and stand up anyway, so you will get hunched. And when you get hunched, you make a big mountain out of it. But you went there with the intention of getting hunched, so that you could make a... It says, all of the people that he prayed for now started to scorn him. And so the king, out of his own consciousness and his own humility, he decided to abandon the kingdom. He decided to leave the kingdom. But he placed his son to sit on the throne. And so he went in the jungle. Jungle means into the forest. And he inhabited the forest as his ghar. Ghar means his home, his house. He inhabited the forest as his home. Can you live in the forest? Can you live in the forest? Huh? Amir, you could live in the forest? Why? Oh, valid point. He said, Baba, no Wi-Fi. What about food? What about water? What about mosquito? What about a bed? Wi-Fi. See what is the priority? See what is important? And that's not only important to him, that's important to every child in the day and the age that we live in now. Once they have a phone and they could press whole day and whole night, they don't care if they have something to eat or something to drink. Huh? They don't care. Wi-Fi. Inhabiting the jungle as his home, he started to live there. But by living in the forest, news came to him in the forest that something was happening in the kingdom. What was happening? Listen. Ganenata gajvarna Ganenata dinabando
Ganenata gajvarna Ganenata dinabando
Ganenata gajvarna Ganenata dinabando राजा की जंगल में बनाद होते गया उसके का पत्नी का उसके साथ गए होते. His patni, his wife, the queen, she was so pious and so pure and so chaste that she accompanied her husband in the forest. If your husband is going in the forest to live, will you go with him? Wife? Wife, will you go with him? Baba, I'm so glad that he going. I will get a rest. Huh? It will be a blessing, Baba. And I hope to God that the jungle have no Wi-Fi and no phone service, so he can't connect to me. Isn't it? There's some husbands can't live without the wife. There's some wives can't live without the husband. Isn't it? But just as you are becoming attached to your husband and just as you are becoming attached to your wife, remember, day will come when there will be separation. And that separation must be something that will be planned for. And I'm not talking about a divorce. Huh? I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the day when Do dukiyare panchi bichre ja rahe aaj suno hum geet bidata ja rahe Do dukiyare panchi bichre ja rahe. Nobody wants to die. Nobody chooses that. But you see, when that comes, it is a call that you have to answer. And whether how prepared or how unprepared you are, you have to answer. And whether who you love, or whether who you dislike, or whether what you possess, when that call comes, you have to answer. And so you have to leave everything and everybody behind. The beings around, though they would have seen you sick, and though they would have seen you suffering, and though they would have seen you in a position where you will not be able to help yourself, their own selfishness don't permit you to rest. Because you know why? They think you should have still lived. Maybe they like to see you suffer. Maybe they like to see you suffer. Baba, every day I think of him. Every day I think of her. And so I have this pain in my heart. think about you have a little pain in your heart. Think about the pain that person was experiencing because of sickness and otherwise. Think about the torment that person was going through. Have you ever had to have a blood test done? How painful is a blood test? I don't know if you ever went to the hospital or the nursing home. Every morning and evening sometime they have to come and take the blood. God alone knows what they're checking. I don't even know if they know what they're checking. They stick you everywhere and they're trying to get blood from you. Everywhere. Every day as a routine. Sick, can't help yourself. And then when you die, the people around you, they're bawling and crying. And is that love? Did they really love you? They saw you in a state where you couldn't help yourself. They saw you in a position where if you had a choice and you could have done better, you would have. But you couldn't help yourself. And you did not want to be a burden. And God said, come home. And you said, well, here I am, I'm ready. And everybody's saying, well, you should have lived. Somebody ever tried to force you to eat when your stomach is full? How comfortable is it? How comfortable do you feel? Huh? How comfortable do you feel? Then think about you trying to force the soul to remain in suffering and torment by the energy that you are giving off in memory and in honor of the soul. Every day I watch the picture and cry. You better watch yourself in the mirror and cry. Because you see the people and the beings who have already died, their suffering, their torment came to an end. You still have to get up and work. You still have to get up and move. You still have to get up and help yourself. You still have to get up and listen to the bashing and the abuse and you still have to fight the war of this thing called life. You still have to get up and help yourself. For them, the torment of dealing with people came to an end. To you, your torment is still happening. Your lesson is still unfolding in front of you. आज सुनो हम गीत विदाता जा रहे दो दुखियारे पंछी बिछड़े जा रहे. The wife, she did not want to be separated from her husband, so she accompanied him in the forest. And while everybody was scorning him and everybody was hiding from him and everybody was afraid of him, she accompanied him. That is supposed to be the relationship that wife and husband share. But you know what? Husband likes somebody else's wife. And wife likes somebody else's husband. And you can't appreciate what you have. Huh? You think that the grass greener somewhere else. Until you go and you realize it had no grass, it's just paint. Huh? Until you reach across on the next side and you say, well, I jumped from in the pot straight inside hell, the fire. Huh? It tells us she accompanied her husband, but news reached the ears in the kingdom. What news? Listen. ओम गम गणपतये नमः. जब उसके का पुत्र का महल का बेटे करने वाले देखो राजा की नगरों में देखकर क्रोध का किया का अंधकार नहीं होते. वह अभिमान का होने का राजा की स्मरण होते करने वाले राजा की कंतों का कभी का कुछ कया करने वाले. ओम गम गणपतये नमः. ओम गम गणपतये नमः. ओम गम गणपतये नमः. News reached to them in the forest that the son who sat on the throne, while the beings around tried to work with him, he was filled with ego. He was filled with pride. He was filled with arrogance. And so he sat there ruling with all of these qualities. And so because of this, he had lost the respect of everybody. He had lost the respect of everybody who lived there. Would you feel happy to talk to a person who is only quarrel all the time? Hello? Would you feel happy to talk to a person who only quarrel all the time? You tell them a secret and the answer comes as though they're telling on a PA system. The whole world have to hear the reply. You ever hear how the little children tell the secret? They come in your ears and they say, I want to tell you a secret. And you put your hand, because you know why you put your hand? Because you know when they come close to your ears, what will happen? Not only the words will go, a little bit of spit too. Huh? And you put your hand too. It says, news reached the ears that their son was sitting there, but he was sitting there arrogantly and egoistically, and sitting there with all of this pride. He had lost the respect of all of those who lived there in the kingdom. A king has to be a leader. A true leader has to be a person who leads by the example. Who has to encourage, not discourage. Who has to embrace, not cause separation. He has to bring about unity, not cause friction and conflict. He has to be able to walk with the heater everywhere he's going, to iron out the problems. Anytime a problem comes, he irons it out. At home, jokingly, anytime I recognize that there is a problem, and the problem seems to be a big one, I go upstairs or wherever and I find the heater. You all know the heater? And I bring it downstairs and I look at my aunt. I say, let's start using this. She said, what are you going to do? I say, we have to iron out this problem. It is a reminder, we have to iron out this problem. And every time I bring the heater, she says, oh God, not that again. But it's a reminder that the heater might be able to make the clothes smooth. But there must be some solution into helping us to make life smooth sailing, isn't it? It says, as the news reached the ears of the king that nobody had respect for their son, they became very worried. They became very worried. Parents, how worried are you of your children? About your children? How worried are you? Hello? How worried are you about your children? Huh? When the children in front of you, they like Hare Rama, Hare Krishna. They don't mash hands, they tiptoe in. When you watch them, holy, holy, holy. Huh? When you're not there, Narayan, Bhajumana Narayan. When you're not there, it's a different story, you know. When you're not there, it's a different story. I was a child too. I never forget. I never forget this. One of our neighbors, a few houses away, died. And everybody left home to go to the wake, and they left me with my brother. And my brother had a smart idea. Let us go downstairs and pop some corn. No harm in that. I'm going with you. You're my brother, I'm going with you. We open the door, we go inside the kitchen, we put up the pot on the stove. He said, get something to cover the pot. I remember that when they pop corn, they'll put the tower over the pot. So I get the tower. He puts the butter, a whole block of butter, in the little pot. I'm observing, I am smaller, so I have to follow instructions. He put the whole pack of corn, and we put the tower. Pop, 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 pop. He said, let me open it and see. I'm following instructions. I pull the tower, and then corn starts to pitch everywhere. That which was supposed to be a secret now becomes the licks for the morning. And I have already plotted in my mind and know who is going to get the licks. Because you know, he is going to blame me, and he's always the innocent one, and everybody is going to believe it was me, and I will get the licks. I start picking up popcorn from the ground, from the stove, and I start eating. Till today, I will eat popcorn, but not in large quantities. Because anything you would have eaten in large quantities, you never want to see again. Do you know? Do you know that? From that day, I built this dislike for popcorn. I will encourage that we will pop the corn, but I'm not a lover of popcorn because of my bad experience. Tonight, when you think that the children, they're home and they're safe and you don't know what mischief they're doing, you don't know. I was a child too. I know. To you, that sounded like nothing. But when you think back, we could have blown up the whole house. We put on a stove. We could have burnt ourselves. Many bad things could have happened. We could have set the kitchen on fire. All kinds of things could have happened. Now it sounds like a joke. I did not forget the licks. Until today, I will not pop any corn. You're not getting popcorn from me. I will encourage you, but I am not popping any corn. Ask them, they will tell you. Ask them, they will tell you. From the microwave or anywhere else, I am not popping it. Tonight, the king and the queen becomes very concerned. Why? Because they're worried about their son. But worried about their son, what will they do? The king can't go back. He's sick. So listen, it tells us, Ganesh Sharanam Sharanam Ganesha. Ganesh Sharanam Sharanam Ganesha. Ganesh Sharanam Sharanam Ganesha. Ganesh Sharanam Sharanam Ganesha. वाह विकार का करने वाले, उसके का रानी और सभी का भांडू करने वाले, दूर करेंगे का प्रार्थना उन्होंने का पूजन जरूर करने वाले, इसने का समय का समान का करने पार, मूर्ति गणपति का स्मरण होते माटी के मूर्त करने वाले, माटी की मूर्त करने वाले, इसने का उन्होंने का मूर्त का नदी पर देने देकर की भक्ति भाव का किया हो, जिसमें का प्रार्थना दर्शन लीजिए गणपति दर्शन लीजिए। गणेश शरणम शरणम गणेशा। गणेश शरणम शरणम गणेशा। गणेश शरणम शरणम गणेशा। Ganesh Sharanam Sharanam Ganesha. The queen and the king, they sat there, and so they started to pray to Lord Ganesh to remove all obstacles. And sought of the Mati. What is Mati? What is Mati? Have you ever heard that word before? Mati? What is Mati? What is Mati? Let me tell you something that we use that word Mati in. And that word Mati is descriptive of the entire ceremony that is being performed. But our interpretation is different. Mati Kur. Mati Kur. Mati Kur. But Mati Kur night is for what? Mati Kur night is for what? Mati Kur night is for... Oh, you all know that? But you don't know what it means, huh? You don't know what it means. Mati means the earth. Mati Kur means that you're going to pray to Mother Earth on behalf of the bride and the groom-to-be. But the earthly mother is going to pray to the universal mother, asking that the children will now be blessed and their union will be blessed, so that they will bring forth beautiful children into the world, and so that their union will be a prosperous, successful one, blessed by the divine goddess herself. And in the Matikur, you know, they're not supposed to sing that song. You know what they're supposed to sing? मैं तो धरती पूजे एली मनाए जुकते, मैं तो धरती पूजे एली मनाए जुकते, मनाए जुकते, मनाए जुकते, मनाए जुकते, मनाए जुकते, मैं तो धरती पूजे एली मनाए जुकते, मैं तो धरती पूजे एली मनाए जुकते, धरती पूजे. They're worshipping Mother Dharti. Mother Earth is Dharti. मैं तो धरती पूजे एली मनाए जुकते. And so we're using the articles, and we're inscribing a sacred place now on the earth where we'll perform worship. And then a little bit of this mud is placed in the urni of the Dulahins or the Dulaha's mother in the urni. And so it is tied there for safekeeping. And so it is brought back to the Maro. It is brought back to that place where the hardi is going to happen. And do you know where they put that little bit of mud? Do you know what they do with that little bit of mud? That little bit of mud is placed under the kalash, the kalsa, where the puja is going to be done, inviting Mother Earth to come and take a seat there and to witness this ceremony and to bless the bride and to bless the groom. But Matikur night is for what again? Huh? You see how symbolic Matikor is? You see how important it is? You see how valuable the ceremony is? But then, while the Pandit doing the Matikor, the Mausis tell the Baba, Bhavana hali hali vidya bijao jiyao more angan ho. They say hali hali. Hali hali means quick quick. Bhavan hali hali vidya. Vidya means the guideline, the ritual. Hali hali vidya. Do the ritual quick, like you started home. Because you know why? We really don't want to hear too much prayers. We want to dance and have a good time because Matikor is a celebration, not a prayers. It's not a puja. And then the Baba ignores, and then they look at the Baba and you know what they say? Jaise bhakari ke poch, vaise Baba na ke moch, vaise Baba. Well, they can't sing that about me. They can't sing that about me at all. Bakari ke poch, Bakari is a goat. Bakari ke poch, it means that the Baba have a mustache like a goat tail. Not me. You see, I shave mine? I shave my mustache all the time because of that, because I do a lot of weddings. And so anytime the old lady sing for me, I will sing back for her. I'm sorry for her. So the mousy that attack me better know well, because I'm going to sing back for her. And they try to aggravate the Pandit, say all the bad things to the Pandit, so that the Pandit will get vexed. And when you get vexed, you wouldn't want to stay. You'll be upset, so you'll want to leave. And when he leaves, Matikor night is for what again? So you could get away. You could break away. But you have lost the whole essence in what this ceremony is. Because if you allow the holy man to leave upset on the first day, when the installation of the Devatas were to happen, and when now the marriage is about to happen and it starts on a wrong foot, where the Pandit vex, then what will happen? What will happen? What will happen? The whole marriage will fall apart. So that's why these ceremonies are sacred, holy ceremonies. They're sacred, holy ceremonies. And they're ceremonies that should not be taken lightly. They're rituals that are performed and full of meaning. But we don't know what it means. All we know Matikor night is for. And nowhere in that song mention was made of what really Matikor is. Nowhere. So we have no clue. We have no idea of what it is. Yes, they dance. Yes, it is a celebratory thing. But it is a very auspicious thing. Making the murti out of mati, out of the earth, they molded the murti. And molding the murti out of the earth of Lord Ganesh, they created this image in their own way. And so creating this image in their own way, they sat and they started performing worship to the murti. But what will happen? The heat of the sun started to crack it. And it started to fall apart and it started to shatter. What plans, what strategy, what have you put in place for when things in your life begin to fall apart and shatter? What have you done to prepare yourself? Hello? What have you done to prepare yourself? What have you done to prepare yourself for when things don't go the way you expect it to go? COVID came and for 2 long years we couldn't come out of the house, isn't it? You couldn't work. Whatever money you had to exert it. You have to use it. And thank God you had some, because if you didn't have, you know what will happen? COVID will not kill you. You would have died otherwise. Anyway, isn't it? But what strategy have we put in place for when the things around us begin to fall apart? Because chances are, and from experience I can tell you, everything doesn't remain together all the time. Do you know? Do you know that? The minute a mother in the family dies, the whole family fall apart, you know. You know that? Everybody falls apart because the mothers are the glue that holds the family together. Do you know that? Do you all know this? And the minute mother is missing and that glue goes missing, everybody wants to be mother and everybody wants to be in charge and everybody wants to make the law. Last night he was showing me a little thing. And it says brother turns into brother in law after marriage, isn't it? Father turns into father in... Mother turns into mother in... What did wife turn into? She is the law. When the wife comes, she is the law. She changes everything. Mother custom offering dhar 9 days in Navratri. She say, hey, old lady, you're getting old. Offer it 1 day. You have to be frightened, you know. Stand up in your boots quiet, you know. Mother say, well, I am accustomed. We have 3 days puja and we do the puja 3 days and the Baba come. Hey, you're getting old. 1 day. 1 day in the Navratri, put up 50 jandi. That's all right. If your Baba can't do it, I go find a Baba. Stand up in your boots, you know, in your corner. Because you know what will happen? You know what will happen? And that's not unique to one family. That's across the board. Everybody's culture is different. Everybody's traditions are different. Everybody's bringing up is different. It says the murti started to fall apart. And as the murti started to fall apart, what will happen? Ganesh Sharanam Sharanam Ganesha. Ganesh Sharanam Sharanam Ganesha. Ganesh Sharanam Sharanam Ganesha. इसलिए का उन्होंने का मूरत का नदी पर देने वाले देखो राजा की पानी की बार निकल करने वाले रानी देखते का तीर करने वाले गया उसके का धन्यवाद की भगवान गणपति का स्मरण होते करने देखो और कवि का दर्शन लीजिए भगवान गणपति की अष्टवाद करने वाले इसलिए का भानु उन्होंने का विशाल मंदिर बना करने वाले देखो और भगवान गणपति का स्मरण संपूर्णम करना वाले जिसमें का लोभिया का करने वाले उसके का करते हैं पूजन करते का आते हैं तीन गणेश शरणम शरणम गणेशा गणेश शरणम शरणम गणेशा गणेश शरणम शरणम गणेशा गणेश शरणम शरणम गणेशा. They decided to take the crumbling murti into the nadi, into the river. And taking it, they embraced the murti and both of them, they went into the nadi, they went into the river. When things are not going according to plan long time, the old people used to say, you have a little blight. You ever hear that before? Have you ever heard that before? Have you ever said that to somebody? They say, you so blight, brown paper will cut you. Have you ever heard that? Huh? And to cut the blight, you have to go in the river and you have to bathe with a blue soap and some blue. Ever hear that before? Hello? You never hear that before? We are all Trinidadians. You heard that before. Shake your head up and down. Huh? Why somebody have to tell you to bathe with a blue soap? Because in 2022, blue soap does aggravate your skin. You have to bathe with Dove. Huh? You have to bathe with, what you have to bathe with? Refresh. Huh? What you have to bathe with again? Sensodyne? No, that's toothpaste. You don't bathe with that. Huh? What you bathe with? Irish Spring. Huh? You're bathing with Irish Spring and you're smelling like dead crap who get bungs. Huh? Don't wait for things to be wrong and bad and in a state where it is unrepairable. Then to try to do little things. Have a little blue soap home. Occasionally wash your foot. Occasionally wash your hand. Occasionally take a little bathe. Long ago, they used to wash the clothes with that blue soap. Do you know? Everybody had a scrubbing board. Do you all know what is scrubbing board? They never call it a scrubbing board, mind you. They used to call it a joking board. Isn't it? Now we have a twin top automatic. Semi-automatic. Next to a dryer. Isn't it? Now the detergent is scratchy and thing, eh? You have to wash it with water alone and all kind of things sometime, huh? Especially that kind of shingling thing. Indian Expo, Disco Dunia outfit, huh? No soap, because if you put soap, you know what happens? All the beads drop out and, huh? When you put it on, the next time, because you wash it with water alone, the people around you, their nose drop out. It says, they went into the water and they placed the multi there. The falling apart multi, they placed it in the water. And they both bathed themselves. It is important, it is imperative upon us to understand that it is important for us to go to the river and take a bathe. It is important for us to go to the ocean, the beach, and take a bathe. And you don't have to wait until trouble comes to do that. Sit yourself down in your car and take a drive and go and take a bathe to replenish yourself. In the Ramayana, Goswami Tulsidas Ji wrote that after Hanumanji's tail was set afire and Hanuman set the whole Alanka ablaze, Hanumanji went and he dipped himself in the ocean to replenish himself. The exact words from the Ramayana. He says, Hanumanji dipped himself in the ocean to replenish himself. You and I, we need to replenish ourselves, to wash away the negative energies, to get rid of some of that negativity from within us and around us. Long ago, the pundits gave the instruction when there was sickness and otherwise that you need to cross water. Have you ever heard that before? Huh? You need to take a trip and you need to cross water. But you could tell hardened people that, you know. They're sick. And the pundits say cross the water, but they want to carry a party across the water. You're not doing it for the intention of getting better, you know. You have to get a crowd to cross the water with you. By the time you get a crowd, you're dead. They'll fly you back. Huh? Instructions. There are many people who don't know how to take instructions, you know. And when anything untoward happens, they sit down and they wonder what I could have do and what I should have do. Huh? It says, after the king and the queen came out of the Nadi, the river, the queen observed. You know what she observed? She observed that the sickness of the king had washed away. And his body was now pure and normal and back to its original state. And seeing this, she brought it to his attention. And bringing this to his attention, she now looked at him and she says, let us go back to the kingdom. And the king started to smile. Go back to the kingdom? No, we will not go back to the kingdom. We will remain right here in the forest. And Lord Ganesh has made me whole, taking away all my trouble. We will create a mandir here for Lord Ganesh. And we will sit here as his servants and we will pray to him. For the kingdom does not belong to us. And our worship and our prayers should not be wasted on people who will not pray and love us in return. Listen to the words of the king. Our energies are spent on people that are not worth it. Don't dedicate your time and think about people who have no worth. Forget them. Leave them in the past. Throw away your aggravation. And although you know you are right, still make yourself small and apologize. And you say, I'm sorry. And in your mind, you could say anything else you want. But out of your lip, say, I am sorry. I am the wrong one. Always remember that. And I am not just preaching that to you. I am living that. I am not just telling you to do that. I am doing that first. I am learning that my energies should be channeled in a positive way so that positivity will come back to me. Whatever I throw out into the universe will pelt it back at me. Not throw it back, will pelt it back. And when it comes flying to me, it must come in a pleasant way, not an unpleasant way. The king says, I am not going back, for they are not deserving of my worship and they are not deserving of my company. Ganesh Bhagavan ki jai. Ganesh Sharanam Sharanam Ganesha. Ganesh Sharanam Sharanam Ganesha. गणेश शरणं शरणं गणेशा गणेश शरणं शरणं गणेशा श्रीराम शरणं शरणं श्रीरामा श्रीराम शरणं शरणं श्रीरामा श्रीराम शरणं शरणं श्रीरामा श्रीराम शरणं शरणं श्रीरामा श्री दुर्गा शरणं शरणं श्री दुर्गा 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 गणेश शरणं शरणं गणेशा गणेश शरणं शरणं गणेशा गणेश शरणं शरणं गणेशा गणेश शरणं शरणं गणेशा. Tonight, when you clap and when you sing, offer your petitions at the feet of Lord Ganesh. Tell him, ask him, he's listening to you. Sing with me from your heart this evening as we glorify Lord Ganesh. Ganesh Sharanam Sharanam Ganesha 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 Ganesh Sharanam Sharanam Ganesha. Jai Ganesha, Jai Jai Ganesha, Jai Ganesha, Shivananda. Jai Jai Ganesha, Jai Jai Ganesha, Jai Ganesha, Shivananda. गौरी पुत्र विघ्ना हरता गौरी पुत्र विघ्ना हरता सुख करता जय दुख हरता सुख करता जय दुख हरता जय गणेशा जय जय गणेशा जय गणेशा शिवानंदा. मोरिया रे बाप्पा मोरिया रे not spend your time and your energies on the things and the beings that are not deserving of it. Tonight, this has brought us to the end of our devotions. We want to remind you that our yajna continues. It is night. It is night 7 for you, but it is night 8 for us, because we would have done the pratishtaha of the murti, etc. Our murtis will be submerged on the morning of the 9th. On the morning of the 9th at Otahiti, Grove Park, at the site of our mandir, the mandir of the Ganesh UTSAV Foundation. In case you did not know, that mandir is being consecrated on the ocean front. And so the murtis will be placed there, out in the ocean front. I want to say thank you to all of the neighboring temples and pundits who have used our facility and who have felt welcome to approach us. And they too will be using that facility to put their murtis. And we want to thank you for choosing us and making us your choice. Bhagavan Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, what great minds do, other great minds follow. They follow the example that is set. The murtis will be submerged on the morning of the 9th. And on the 9th of the 9th, we'll be back here in Palmiste Park from 7 to 9 for the first of 7 nights of Garud Pranayagya. But the murtis that you see in front will now be changed to that of manifestations of Lord Vishnu, Krishna, Vishnu, Ram, and where members of the group, they will sit and they will perform worship in the name of the Pitris. Scripture has declared that worship to the Pitras is even greater than worship to the Devatas. Long ago, we were afraid of that time called Pitra Paksh. You were afraid that the zombie will come out and choke you. The only zombie it have is you. Watch yourself in the mirror. Not a zombie. The souls of the Pitris, they become very happy and they rejoice when you spend your time listening to the Katha, praying on their behalf. They become very pleased, the Garud Pran says. And so I'm inviting you to come and join. We'll listen to what the Garud Pran narrates about the soul's journey after death, and what are the rituals to be performed, and what are some of the actions that are considered to be sinful that we perform knowingly and unknowingly, and what are some of the gifts and what are some of the things that we can do while we're alive to give, to nullify the actions that we would have performed, etc. We'll listen to all of those things. And so, many beautiful things to look forward to. The Ganesh UTSAV Foundation, also in an effort to raise funds for a temple or mandir, when you go to this site, you will understand why we need to raise funds. When you go there and you see, seeing it on the television and seeing it in real is two different seeing it. Because when you see me on the television, you swear that I'm big like the Singhasan. But when you see me in real, you realize like I'm an ant on the Singhasan. Well, now that is, after my diet. The Ganesh UTSAV Foundation presents an evening of dinner, entertainment, and dance. Who'll be dancing? Why are you looking at me? On Saturday, the 17th of September, the venue is right here in Palmiste Park at 6:30 in the evening. The dress code is elegantly. The cost of the ticket is just $200, and we have limited tickets. You would not be allowed to come without a ticket. You would not be allowed to come without a ticket. The cost of the ticket is $200, and all of the proceeds from this goes towards the temple. And so I'm inviting you to support us in this venture. This evening, as we have come to the end of our devotions, this evening I want to take this opportunity to say a special thanks and to express gratitude and appreciation to one of our very hardworking members of the Ganesh UTSAV Foundation. Just one. Everybody is hardworking, but I just want to pinpoint one. He's a master of all the trades. He's a go-to and a go-for and a helper in every sense of those words. He's a strength. He is a person that we can depend on. He's a person who never says no, especially to me. Especially to me. And it would be remiss of me if I don't make mention of this. He goes beyond the call from morning till night. Leaving his home and whatever, and whoever, he's always ready to lend aid and support. He's the handyman. Today he said to me he could quarrel really good too. I asked him to help me turn the Persad. He said, yeah. No, you turn it yourself. But he eventually turned the Persad. We refer to him as Bunny, but his correct name is Deonarayan Kalipasad. Can you stand up? I'm going to tell you this for the last time. When I talk, listen. On behalf of all members of the Ganesh Utsav Foundation, and on my behalf, especially me, this is from me, I can't say thank you. There are no amount of words that I could use to thank you. I just want to say God bless you. And I want to tell you something. Lord Krishna says whatever has happened for a good, whatever is happening for a good, and whatever will happen for a good. Your mother left you in good hands. When she left you in my care, and she left you in the care of the Ganesh Utsav Foundation, to make sure that we keep you on the right path, and to make sure that we have you entertained all the time, that your energies will be spent in doing seva, service to God. And this will bring great merit to the soul of your mother. Every Ganesh Utsav that we celebrated here in Palmiste Park, there is a picture of your mother standing by that Ganesha, holding on to that Ganesha. And in her absence, she is not here physically. But every time you wave that arti to Lord Ganesh, indirectly, she's smiling and she's saying you're following the example that I left for you. And I know that this evening she'll want me to tell you, may Lord Ganesh bless you in a very special way. You're one of a kind. When Lord Ganesh made you, he broke the mold, I'm sure. You're one of a kind. Your patience, your tolerance, your acceptance, your love, your everything. I don't know what other adjectives to use. But I want to let you know that you're loved and you're appreciated by me first, and then by all members of the group. And this evening we want to say to you, thank you for being you and the best you that you can be. Thank you, Diane, for allowing him to be the person that he is. And thank you for being patient and tolerant, because sometimes he even sidelines you for us. And we want to say thank you. Dominic is here. Dominic, we want to say thank you. Dominic is not only your brother, he's my godson. Your mother will be very happy to know that you spent your time in the yajna. The yajna that she loved to attend. The yajna that brought joy to her heart. She'll be happy to know. Chelsea is not here, but I'm sure she's looking on. When they die, we never allow them to die, but we allow them to live on through us, through the legacy that they have parted to us before they left. I want you to give him a round of applause. And I want to say thank you on behalf of our president, and thank you and God bless you. Let us all stand at this time as we join in the closing arti. This evening we dedicate our arti to Radhika Harilal in memory of Darren Harilal, and Auntie Seetahal and members of her family as they prepare to perform the Daskatra and the Bandara for Mama Chain. We pray that may Bhagwan Krishna and Lord Ganesh bless you in a very special way. ॐ यानि कानि च पापानि जन्मन्तर्गतानि सर्तानि तानि प्रक्षिणा प्रदे प्रदे शुभं करोतु कल्याणं आरोग्यं सुखसम्पदं मम शत्रुविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तु ते ॐ गं गणपतये नमः। जय कृष्ण हरे श्री कृष्ण हरे दुखियों को दुख दूर करे जय 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 कृष्ण हरे।
जय कृष्ण हरे श्री कृष्ण हरे दुखियों को दुख दूर करे जय 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 कृष्ण हरे।
जब चांद तरफ अंधियारा हो आशा का दूर किनारा हो।
जब चारों तरफ अंधियारा हो आशा का दूर किनारा हो
और कोई न केवल हारा हो तेरे तू ही बेड़ा पार करो जय 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 कृष्ण हरे।
जय कृष्ण हरे श्री कृष्ण हरे दुखियों को दुख दूर करे जय 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 कृष्ण हरे।
तू चाहे तो सब कुछ कर दे इसको भी अमृत कर दे।
तू चाहे तो सब कुछ कर दे इसको भी अमृत कर दे।
पूरन करने सबकी आशा
पूरन कर दे सबकी आशा
जो भी तेरा ध्यान धरे फिर जो भी तेरा ध्यान धरे जय 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 कृष्ण हरे।
जय कृष्ण हरे श्री कृष्ण हरे दुखियों को दुख दूर करे जय 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 कृष्ण हरे।
Tonight, there are children in our group, some of them on this stage. They have received their results for their examination. This child standing in front of me came home with 9 ones. Ari did exceptionally well as well. All of them. It's all about children this evening. Would have done exceptionally well. We want to pray that Bhagwan Ganesh will continue to bless you. To the parents who have held the hands of their children and guided their children onto the pathway of success, may Lord Ganesh bless you too this evening, now and forevermore. तेरा दर्शन को मैं तरस रहा, तेरा नाम भी माला जपते रहूं।
तेरा दर्शन को मैं तरस रहा, तेरा नाम भी माला जपती रहूं।
बहु सागर में तेरी नैया, चरण में जाए कि ना रहूं, तेरे चरण में जाए कि ना रहूं। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे
जय कृष्ण हरे श्री कृष्ण हरे सुखियों को दुख दूर करे जय 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 कृष्ण हरे
अच्युतं केशवं रामनारायणं कृष्णदामोदरं वासुदेवं हरे श्रीधरं माधवं गोपिका वल्लभं श्रीधरं माधवं गोपिका वल्लभं जानकी नायकं रामचन्द्र भजे जानकी नायकं रामचन्द्र भजे अच्युतं केशवं रामनारायणं कृष्णदामोदरं वासुदेवं हरे श्रीधरं माधवं गोपिका वल्लभं श्रीधरं माधवं गोपिका वल्लभं जानकी नायकं रामचन्द्र भजे जानकी नायकं रामचन्द्र भजे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे राम राम हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे
हरे राम राम हरे हरे
हरे राम राम हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे
हरे राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे राम राम हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे
हरे राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे राम राम हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे
मोरिया रे बापा मोरिया रे
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 मोरिया रे बापा मोरिया रे असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्युर्मामृतं गमय मृत्युर्मामृतं गमय कायेन वाचा मनसिन्द्रियर्वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृति स्वभावात् करोमि यज्ञं सकलं तस्मै नारायणायेति समर्पयामि I bow to you as mother. I bow to you as father. I bow to you as friend and I bow to you as foe. I bow to you thinking of the plants and the animals. I bow to you thinking of my friends and my enemies alike. I bow to you, O God of omnipresence, omnipotence and omniscience. Shine through me to the world around me. I beg of you. त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धुश्च त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्याद्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देवा। ओम शांति ओम शांति ओम शांति ये ध्वनि है मंगल ध्वनि है। ओम शांति बड़ा ही सुख कर ये मंत्र मनर। ओम शांति everybody। ओम शांति ओम शांति ओम शांति ओम शांति। Turn to the person next to you in front of behind you. Tell them Lord Ganesh bless you. सीताराम 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 कहे कहीं पे रखे रामा कहीं पे रखे रामा कहीं पे रहे। सीताराम सीताराम गणपति बाप्पा सत्य सनातन धर्म की। सीताराम सीताराम हे ब्रिज